There's only really two main observations I can find in this session. Now, comparing this session to last week, being the exact identical except an increase in weight of the shoulder press, there has been an improvement. Not a significant one, but something that I can definitively say that I felt. And that was with the planche negatives. Now, I do recall in that video last week me saying that the planche negatives felt very weak. I wasn't able to control the eccentric, and the halfway holds I was doing when I was trying to hold, like pause at the position of the halfway, they weren't as strong as they were before. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense because, I took a whole break from the planche. I was probably very fatigued due to my traps being not overly engaged, but they were pretty sore from my Olympic lifts the day before. However, I do believe my body has adapted to my program a bit better than last week. Definitely not to its fullest extent. That's going to take a few more weeks of training. But my traps were not as sore. They felt a lot more responsive in the handstands. My handstands felt very light, and to the extent where I was just like, oh yeah, I can use my strength to actively balance. So certainly there was great improvement. Well, you know what? I wouldn't call it great improvement, but definitive improvement. So I played around with some halfway leverages as well. So going from the halfway up to the handstand, the form was very poor, but it's understandable since I did it after all these sets. In terms of this handstand push-up, the 90-degree push-up, I felt pretty confident. So I actually went for the second rep, but I'll just let the video play. Yeah, I kind of hit my head on the floor and I failed it. It is what it is, but I feel like I can definitely get the double, and that would be a PR. In terms of the shoulder press, so like raw strength, I'm getting stronger for sure. Whether it's actual growth in strength or the more like the neurological or like the pretentious neurological adaptation, either one, I'm more inclined to think that I'm just getting more used to the shoulder press. I would say like a couple months back, this is the same strength that I've had. But of course, I've dropped weight and I am slowly increasing my weight as well. My initial weight was like 63.4 kilos, a bit on the lower end of 63. But when I weighed myself after this session, I was at 64.5. So that's like a good kilo of weight increase. So it's great to see that my handstand, like my planche negatives have improved, but also my raw strength has improved. So of course, great plus. I'm satisfied with this session. I'm not like extremely happy. Of course I'm happy, but there's no excessiveness in emotions here. I'm sure if I do hit a PR in something that is very meaningful for me, like let's say a 6-second halfway, then of course I would make big news out of it. But again, I think the viable program is everything is going to be the same, just incremental improvements. But there is certainly a very a pragmatic and very rational way of approaching training. So I guess that's all of it. So yeah, so that's basically it, and I'll finish it off here.